talked wrestling. Let's talk amateur wrestling as well. Man, from mentioned on the show here a few weeks ago, we talked about some upsets. And in 2000, Rulon Gardner pulled off one of the biggest upsets of all time, beating Alexander Karelin to win a gold medal. But what's inspiring about him is not just the story of getting to this spot. I mean, he wasn't considered one of the best heavyweights in the world. I knew of Rulon because he's a University of Nebraska guy, Nebraska graduate, wrestled here, but wasn't the big name. He wasn't the flashy name, but it's also what he's overcome outside of wrestling as well. We had this great rise in wrestling, but I think of him now. He is an inspirational speaker. Kind of tells his story a little bit. 2002, I believe it was. He had a snowmobile accident, which he was separated from his team and ended up being stuck for several hours out in freezing conditions. Ended up having experienced hypothermia, severe frostbite. Ended up losing some toes because of it. Because of being out in the conditions, and still was able to survive and overcome and find his way to get help for himself. He's also survived a plane crash. He was a part of a plane crew that was flying, and they had the plane went down in water. Luckily, he was able to help everybody get out of their restraints, swim to land, but had no way to radio for help. So they had to literally just sit out on the shore and just kind of float and wait for help to arrive. And, luckily it wasn't, freezing conditions out. So much like the first incident. And, then he's had he's gone on struggles with weight, and he's been on The Biggest Loser as well, trying to help himself get, correct himself. And I always just view, for me as a wrestler, he was inspiring because he made me feel like that anybody could help kind of achieve these goals, and you don't have to be these big names or, established stars. You can do it. And then to see what has happened to him outside of wrestling in life, and how he just keeps overcoming, and always, anytime you see him, he's always got a smile. He's always talking great and has such a positive outlook. And that's always inspiring to me.
You didn't struggle with this at all.
I did a little because I couldn't think. It was a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to call bullshit on that. That was not a struggle. That was
That's
something
a
that was
topic
well
for later,
prepared.
Brad. Calm down.
Getting ahead.